Hello guys, Wasin here again. So today is the part 2, following up from the part 1 previous video about vimdiff. We already know and cover about how to interact with vimdiff. Various commands we can do it uh, revolving around the diff, get, diff, put, DLDP or something like that, and also move back and forth between chunk of change of the buffer itself. And now we're going to finish the job on the part 2, setting up Git three-way merge. As before that, I also gonna show you exactly what's behind the scene in order to set up the layout for the Git three-way merge that you usually see. Um, Maybe either show you how to do this on something like that to do the three-way merge. So there's no magic behind. It's actually the based on the Vim capability and feature to set up the window layout and things like that. But it's strongly related to vimdiff. So let's jump right in. Before we going to do just that, let's see if we try to do vimdiff against more than 2 buffers. So in this case, it's 4 files. Okay, so that's it. So I can use the asterisk here for the wildcard as the file name is in the same pattern. When I enter, you're gonna see the similar layout that we already saw most of the time in the previous one. Okay, and first of all is that WinDip also work with it's work with the buffer number. So I can do ls here to list the buffer, and it's gonna say that okay, 1 is mapped to file1.txt, 2 mapped to file2.txt, 3 so on and so on. So it's open all the files in chronological order, and you can use the full file names file1.txt or just file1, or the shorted that you can do is the just buffer number in order to work with the diff related command, if get input, things like that. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Yeah. So let's see. I'm at the file one on the leftmost order here. You cannot see the file one name here because I zoom it, scale it so to let you really see what on the screen. But this is file one, this is file two, file three, and this is file four. Okay, so let's say I would like to get the change from file three into file one. I'm at the first chunk of difference already, so what I can do is I can if get, and then I can put 3 because 3 is mapped to file 3. So okay, get again. Okay, I have to be at the cursor need to be under the difference of the chunk. So yeah, again maybe you okay at the first line, then you move to the next chunk by uh, using the key right uh, bracket and C, and it's gonna move to the under of the line of the first chunk, and then you do if get 3. Now you get line 2 and line 3 in line 1 now. Let's move on to file 2, and okay, this is chunk is the same line, don't worry about that. Okay, let's see if I want file 3 the text to have this change on file 2. So file 2 had this another chunk like 1, another chunk like 2, file 3 just missing the second line. So I would like to push this chain like to file 3. I can do is diff put and then file 3 dot text. Now it's gonna put the chain to that. Okay, move to file 4. File 4. Okay, I would like to have the same line 2 and line 3 in file 4 as well. So if get, and then at this point I can just file 1 dot text, or maybe it's file 1. We already tried the file buffer number already, and okay, the same. I forget again. It need to be the cursor. You need to be under the chunk of change. It's file 1. That's file 1. Yep, that's it. And this one. And this is the last chunk. So So it doesn't need to be under the cursor because it cannot be that way. You cannot move git diff get and buffer tree. Here we go. So this is a thing that you can interact with if the buffer is more than 2. So this is it. And yeah, before we go to setting up Git three-way merge, you're gonna see that okay, mostly finally you're gonna see things like okay, just 3 column here and another windows at the bottom. Actually, that thing is make use of this command, wincmd j, in order to move the leftmost window, the leftmost windows that you have split to the bottom. So actually you can do another thing as well, like Wasin, and then you can K to move this to the upper. So you're gonna have phi 3 at the upper, phi 2 and phi 4 at the center, and this is so it's about the laying out things that you can rearrange with Vim itself to in order to like satisfy your layout in Git three-way merge. Yeah, we're gonna see soon. Okay, so we done with this thing, and let's move on to what we're gonna do now. Okay, so before we go into do this that setting up this that, so let's just quickly recap on this why it's maybe necessary to setting up Git three-way merge, because okay, the the reason for that is that when you have like a different branch, as you can see here, okay, initially you start on the commit A, maybe you add just a single line on it, and then you branch out to the feature branch to do something, and then on the B is going to be the same initial state at A, right? And then you work on it, you add more feature on it, and then most of the branch is going to be deal with away over time more and more until at which point at E you would like to merge the two together. Specifically, you want to merge feature back to master. Yeah, to get that feature right. And at that point, it's going to be a merge conflict. If you make some change revolving around the same line and is cannot decide what chunk of chain that you want to merge in, that there's ambiguity on this, so it needs you to decide on this one. It cannot do automatically solution or merge config on this, or per se automatically merge, because yeah, as I already said, you have to decide. It didn't know which one is going to uh, do just that, but I know on the perforce not get, you can like also specify whether you want to accept completely your change or completely their change. Yeah, that's a keyword on this, like in perforce way they gonna usually use yours, but in Git it's going to be remote. Oh no, local, but in case of theirs it's going to be remote. Okay, something like that. So anyway, yeah. So why Git three-way merge is going to be beneficial, because at that point that you need to make a decision is going to be more clearer to see and clearer to decide if you can see the full content on the base, or you can say it ancestor of the two branches of the two far of the two commit that coming from the same ancestor. So you see the full content of that, and or you also see the full content of you see the full content of what the target thing is going to be merged in. So you can decide, oh, this is a chunk of change between the two things, and this is the ancestor of the original one that is just divided away into these two. So you can do much better service on that to decide which chunk is going to be in yeah, because automatic merge sometimes it can do a mess job on that. That is just like there's so much devious change on that, so it's kind of like a out of nowhere the cut of the chunk of line, just put it in, and then you're gonna scratch your head that, oh, how can this be in this stage, and you need to design on that point anyway. So yeah, right, and yeah, so if you would like to do this, because by default get based on the merge conflict with diff tool styles, so it's not going to show you a three-way diff styles when they gonna do the merge conflict. So you have to set that, and also you have to tell the get that you're going to use vimdiff, you're going to specifically manual command on that on how to do it. So there's two ways to do this. So I can show you my git config first. I'm gonna tell it because inside there's some sensitive information that should not be shown to public. You just focus on this since the merge line to the end. You can just go to your get config, oh no, get config, and then you add this lines that I highlighted, or you can just do this get config go below and then merge the conflict style and then div tree. You do it like this. Yeah, I can do it again. It's going to be the same. So git conflict global, and you know now that it's going to the same pattern again. So it's going to be merge here, merge, and then tunes. Yeah. So this one is going to tell Git that I would like to add another merge tune called git merge tune. This is a custom name. This is not a predefined anywhere. This is just our name of the tune to do the git merge. You can name it like a my git merge tune, something like that. And it's going to be aligned with this line, merge tune name git merge tune. So if you use my git merge tune, it's going to be merge tune my git merge tune. So merge tune and then git merge tune and then .cmd command is going to be exact command line is going to execute this, and you're gonna do this git merge tune. Now git merge tune, we're going to like a next step, we're going to create the bash script that is going to get this for argument that git going to be sending in to you, and it's already listed in the is SCM Ishmatun document. You can see here. Okay, gonna zoom a little bit. Zoom. You see. Okay. So this is about git merge to, right? So that's just that line. Yeah. So say when git merge tune is invoked with this tune, either through T or tunes option or the merge tune configuration variable in the configure command line will be invoked with base set to the name of the temporary file containing the command base for the merge. As you can see here now, base is your ancestor for the two commit going to be delivered away from that. And also it's going to set local to the name of the temporary file containing the contents of the files on your local workspace on your local batch. And remote is going to be the name of the file that is going to be merged into you. Yeah. So technically, yeah, this is kind of like a 14. Also, merge is going to be the things that you need to do the manipulation on that to do the merge decision on that. Okay. Okay, I move this out. And yeah. So I'm gonna type this one again because if you would like to do it with the command line, instead of type like this, you have to escape also on the dollar signs, because if you did this escape with that, Git gonna think that base is your environment variable that you set, so it's gonna try to fetch the value right away, and it cannot find, so it's gonna be empty, so it's gonna put empty inside there. So you need to escape, double quote, and also dollar sign here. So let's see. Okay, we have double quote to wrap up, and inside cause the part. Just to be saying, you need probably base patches to like a double quote on the part. Yeah, and keep going. And skip. So now we're done. So show it again, and you can see that is actually the, even though I repeat and enter the command again, it's going to be the same, because yeah, I enter the same content, and that's it. And now you need to create the bash script core git merge. Make sure that it's the same name as the one that you put into the merge tool name in the git config itself. I already created this, so I'm going to show you the content. And yeah, thing is that it's going to accept those 4 arguments that's sending in from git, from the command that you have configured previously. And this 4 lines is not necessary to be put in here, but I just put it here to remind myself. And it's also going to show you after you do the git merge operation. Okay, you're going to see now that it's involved with vimdiff now. So vimdiff and -c. -c I already covered it back in the previous in the past, so you can check it out. But actually, it's gonna try to execute and vim command right before you try to open the files. So not right before, I mean at the time you try to open the files and editing the buffer itself. So in this case, you would like to vimdiff against this 4 buffer 4, 3, 1, 2, because it's sent in base there, yours and merge, right? And you want to rearrange your 3-way merge in a way that you would like to be like this. Okay, I'm gonna show you this one. You would like to rearrange your 3-way merge to be like this one. Yours is going to be local, base is Manchester, and yeah, it's the base, and then T is there or remote. And the bottom one is going to be what is going to be merged. This is the window that's we going to do the operation of merge conflict here. Yeah, and the upper 3 windows here is just to will the full content of local, base, and remote. Okay, so as you can see here, because the argument sent in sequentially, and we try to open vimdiff like this. So 4 is merged. As you can see here, 4 is merged. 3 is yours. 1 is base. 2 is there, and this is there. And when we do it like this, we're going to, the cursor is going to be put at the first window. As you already see in the previous example that we have shown to open the 4 files, right? When we open those 4 files, the cursor is going to be put at the first window. So the cursor is here as M, and then we can execute the command. So it's going to execute the command at the time that the buffer is open and try to edit it. Yeah, wincmd J. This is the window commands that try to put the current active windows that the cursor is in to be at the bottom, right? And also you can do additional things here. This is because my Vim RC files also have a column color. Yeah, as you can see here, it's a red, and I set it to something along the line of like a 80 or 100. I'm not quite sure. 80, yeah, 80. I set the lead line here to color at the 80 color. And I also do set wrap in order for it to do a word wrap, because when you do vimdiff, by default it's not going to set the word wrap here. So it might not be your preference, but you can set it. So this too is optional in your case, but this one is going to set and rearrange the window to be mostly what you're going to be working with. So that's it. And we save the file, and then make sure that you also make it executable by using smart, and you're going to put the files there. That's it. And when is that done, okay, you're going to have a certain Git repository that has a merge conflict. I already have this one and put it online on GitHub already. I'm gonna put the link down in the description as well, so you can just clone this merge repository down to your local machine, and then this one has two branches, master and feature, just like the image I just showed you right there, right here, and yeah, and MC as well. We are at the master right now, and it also has the number of commit the same as the picture I showed you. And the things that you need to do is that to test this workflow, whether you are set up for the git three-way merge is correct or not. So you're gonna do git merge feature. That's it. And what it's gonna say is gonna say that auto merging file one.txt merge config in file one. There's a merge config there. So automatic merge fail, you have to do a merge config. At this point, you can do git merge to trigger what you have set up. And now the actual things did work. And yeah, as firstly, you're gonna say this one, the window arrangement is works fine for us. And normally, if you already noticed that if we vimdiff, the module file is going to be column by column, right? But okay, we use wincmd and then move that things down here, so it's work. And also, this one is local. This one base. This one is remote. So it's aligned with what we want. And as you can see here, the base one start with line 1. And what we have in the master itself, we add original line 2. But on the feature branch, maybe someone working on it, it add line 2 and line 3. And this is it. This is the point that we have to make decision, because Git cannot make for you, because it doesn't know whether it should put original line 2 back or line 2 and line 3 back into the merge. And you can see here in the merge window here, this is the diff3 merge config style that we have set to have. So what it does is that, okay, it's gonna list out what you have in your local workspace. So it's gonna be hate, and then original line 2. And this one, cap 9281, this is for the original, because original doesn't have anything in common with either left side or the right side, so it's empty here. It's empty here. So, but if there's something, it's gonna be in between this line and this line. And what about the remote? So the feature had line 2 and line 3. So it's your job now to do the merge conflict. So in this case, we didn't really use diff get, diff put, or anything, or move the cursor into local base or anything. We just stay still in the merge window here, and then we can just like see the column, 3 column above. Okay, full contents here clearly that okay, it makes sense. Is we actually maybe would like original line 2, line 2 and line 3 all in the result. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna remove the head, remove this, remove this. This is my decision to do the merge config in this case. But maybe you, in your case, you would like to like have just what remote has currently. So you can remove completely head out and also remove the things in the command tester, and then remove the feature out, and you have it. That's it. And you can save WQA, save on, quit, and it's done. So it's gonna say, it's also gonna save file 1 text, original files as well. This is the conflict that you might want to go back and then redesign the decision that you have made. And we already done, and it's here to see what we have make change in file 1 text. And yeah, we just removed original line 2. So in short, we just completely accept the change on the remote. And yeah, we can commit and then merge, conflict, things like that, and then it's call it a day, done, and then you can push it. That's it for diff and the benefit that you can set get 3 merge here. Hope it's useful for you, and it's also you can pick these things up in order to set up for another kind of like a version control tools like Perforce, or yeah, mostly Perforce or any other. If you have, just use the same technique with vimdiff that you can setting up things with. That's it for today. Until another time.